Good day, dear learners. The theme of our lesson is natural disasters. Let's begin. Okay, the lesson objectives are to learn natural disasters, to listen and read for key and specific information. Assessment criteria of the lesson are to express views and comment on views of others with little support, to recognize some details while reading, to realize particular facts and parts in reading passage. Can you answer such question? What is a natural disaster, guys? Try to answer. Okay, let's check your ideas. Let's watch the video. Natural disasters are catastrophic events with atmospheric, geological, hydrological origin. For example, droughts, earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, landslides that can cause fatalities, property damage, and social environmental disruption. All kinds of disasters are usually very damaging. Many dwellings, roads, and even whole streets and cities are ruined. The number of victims usually terrifies, as hundreds or even thousands of people get injured or die in disasters. However, each disaster has a different nature. Today we will talk about only some of them, not all. Types of natural disasters. First, drought. It is a continuous period of dry weather when an area gets less than its normal amount of rain over months or even years. Tornado is also a nature disaster which looks like an enormous color of the wind, which leaves cars, bicycles, and many other things. It is also called a twister, and it can be very dangerous if it touches the ground or water. Earthquake. Earthquake is the result of the tectonic plates movement, which leads to the shaking of a certain area on land. Earthquakes destroy buildings, and people usually become victims because they get stuck or killed under the rubble. Hurricane is a type of storm called a tropical cyclone, which forms over tropical and subtropical waters. When a storm's maximum sustained winds reach 74 meters per hour, it is called a hurricane. Tsunami is another natural disaster which arises as a series of huge waves caused by underwater earthquakes. And the last natural disaster is flood. Flood, in its turn, happens when rivers burn their banks. Most extended floods damage cities and wash away whole populated areas. Okay, and now, dear guys, please take your pen and write down new vocabulary. And now, let's repeat each word after me. Natural disaster, earthquake, flood, environment, victim, drought, hurricane, to ruin, to destroy, under the rubble, to burn the banks. Thank you. Continue. Your task is to look at the picture and say what natural disaster it is. Right, it's tsunami. Next. What is it? What natural disaster is it? Well done, guys, it's earthquake. Next natural disaster. You are right, it's a drought. Good, it's hurricane. Tornado, very good. And the last one, guess it? Yes, it's flood. Okay, next task is to mark the following statements as true or false. First statement. Hurricanes form from cold fronts. Is it true or false? You are right, it is false. Next. All natural disasters have the same nature. Is it correct? Is it true? Of course not. False. Next. Flood happens when rivers burst their banks. Is it true or false? Of course true. Fourth. Earthquake is the result of the tectonic plates movement which leads to the shaking of a certain area on land. Is it true or false, guys? True. Very good. Next. Tsunami in which arises a series of huge waves caused by underwater earthquakes. True or false? It's true. Very good. And the last one, drought, is also a natural disaster which looks like an enormous column of the wind, which leaves cars, bicycles, furniture, and many other things. True or false? Of course, it's false. Thank you. And now, guys, let's try to answer such question. How do people prevent these terrible disasters or survive? Okay. And now, at home, you will check your ideas doing your homework. Okay. Check your answers in your textbooks, Excel 8, in exercise 2, page 10. Your task will be to read the text, and after that, do exercise 3, page 11, the same book, textbook. Okay. And now, one more point. After doing your homework, please try to answer such a question. What natural disaster have you learned? Hope you will remember. What natural disaster have you recently heard about? Okay. And what natural disaster happen in your area, usually? Okay. Good luck. Thank you. Goodbye.